Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today we are going to be playing some mono black aggro in best of one standard. This best of three list came, the original idea, from Goncalo Pinto, who 5-1'd one of the SCG satellites with a list very similar, notably just main board. He was playing 4 duress and the meat hooks were on the side. I've adapted this to best of one, just playing some meat hooks main. You might think meat hook in an aggressive deck, why are you trying to sweep your own board? Well, really, it's even just a 2-mana enchantment against control decks that when your creatures die, your opponent loses life is very good. And in best of one, there is a higher density of aggro-based decks, so just having that flexibility. So what are we trying to do with the deck? It's kind of a zombie sub-theme. So you have Champion of the Perished with that sick alt art. So 1 mana, 1/1, whenever another zombie enters the battlefield under your control, you put a 1/1 counter on Champion of the Perished. You have Dungeon Crawler. It's a 1 mana, 2/1, enters tapped. We don't have any dungeon effects. It's just an aggressive 1-drop. Some copies of Bloodchief's Thirst and Duress. Duress for the controller matchups, Bloodchief's Thirst, and then we have Infernal Grasp and Meat Hook Massacre as our interaction. We have Skyclave Shade, which is a recursive threat. Just keeps coming back with land drops, so good against control, just decent stats to attack in. We have Tainted Adversary. This card I haven't played with yet, and I'm interested to see. It's part of the Adversary cycle. So base stats, 2 mana, 2/3 Death Touch, pretty decent on its own. Trades up favorably and blocks a lot of the 2-power creatures well. And then when it enters the battlefield, we can pay kicker of 3 each time, and it gets twice that many 2/2 zombies with decay. So it allows you to kind of go wide. The decay zombies die, you get the Meat Hook Massacre synergy bonus. Then we have white. It's a 2 mana 3/2. The one thing I want to be notable with this deck, there's a lot of things that enter tapped, so that's what we want to see how it plays. Whenever a creature dealt damage by white dies this turn, create a 2/2 zombie token. And you get to exile your opponent's card. Notably, this is not a decay token, so we got some varied zombie action. We have Graveyard Trespasser, 3 mana, 3/3, Ward, discard a card, so late game, pretty hard to kill if your opponent is Hellbent. No cards in hand. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, you get to exile a card from the graveyard. If it was creature cards, they lose a life, you gain a life, and the flip side, you get to exile 2 cards. Some Agadeem's Awakening, some Even Death on the top end, and then some Hives and Faceless Havens to round out the deck. So got into Diamond, actually got into Diamond with this deck. I'm 21-4 with this mono white deck, so we'll play this later on stream, but since we're on the bottom, let's try out the deck, see how it goes. Mono black aggro, let's go. So did a early meta summary a couple days ago for the SCGs, just to see how it plays, what's worked, what hasn't, and let's try out this mono black deck. Pretty much the meta has been Izzet decks, predominantly the Epiphany decks, and mono green. Best of one, you're still seeing a mix of decks, mono green, mono white being the most prevalent aggressive slanted decks. So pretty decent curve here. White on 2, and then depending what we want to do. Our natural foe, a 1 mana first striker. So we need a removal spell, because this is going to block our entire board. Okay, we can stop drawing lines. Promise you that. Just want to keep curving out. This is going to be a race. They could have Apparition or something. A surprise 5 damage in the air will also be good. While this Raptor does hold it back pretty well, they're going to be inclined to boost up the battlefield Raptor. They may just play defense. At 3, this blocks it well. I would love an Infernal Grasp. So we'll see. They might just attack in with Luminarch, hold back the Battlefield Raptor. Don't particularly want this to flip. That's aggressive. I don't want this to flip, that's the thing. So we have Even Death. We have to do this now. Just need some removal. Honestly, Meat Hook could be pretty solid here. We get back a Tainted Adversary. Light Scribe's interesting. So they probably attack in with Cathar. Not really what we're looking for. Now they get to flip Cathar as well. Ton of action, just didn't draw any of it. This being 5 power is annoying, and then they could pretty easily likely flip this. Six lands to 4 lands, kind of the tail, this being legendary. They were playing 4 of these. We're just dead? Alright. We're not dead that turn per se, but let's just go to the next one. We're pretty far behind. They get to flip that on upkeep. They put counters on. You know, I think I'm going to get rid of the Duress. Play another Meat Hook. Draw a card. Or when there's this card. Whenever 1 or more non-token creatures die. Let's try that. Okay, let's give this another go. There's not as much of like the control-y decks in best of 1, and even then the rest doesn't seem great. A little bit painful of a hand, but we'll give it a go. Let's hope they don't have turn 1 First Striker. Oh, come on! This is just, like, humorous at this point. Luminarch Aspirant. Jeez. This is actually just pathetically funny. Everything we're playing today is First Strike Tribal, and they have 3 1-mana First Strikers that just hold off my board. They 2-for-1 themselves. The Exile Graveyard Trespasser is pretty good. That's annoying. Given the board state, this doesn't really do much in this matchup. It doesn't block, doesn't attack. Surprised they could attack for 1 there. Like, these just hold them back really well. These flip into 2/1 first strikers. We need Meat Hook. I'm honestly thinking just going to the 4th Meat Hook. 2-for-1 yourself, sure. Sounds decent. This is the part where you draw nothing but lands. So they can start attacking at these little things like that. Six direct removal spells. 3 copies of Sweepers. So we actually have to kill this. I gotta play for Meat Hook here, because they just equip them all and then they have flying. So they hit me for 4 here. Cathar does get the flip. We're just going 4 Meat Hooks. Doesn't do anything. This is kind of silly. How we run into First Strike Tribal. Probably an overreaction. Let's just play another Blood Chief. Because as soon as Blood Chief's useful in the control matchup to some extent, Planeswalkers, stuff like that. Let's just not play a 2-1 and have them instantly have first strike, first strike, first strike. Because our curves have been good. Like, playing number 6 Mythic. Ancient Spartan. See what number 6 Mythic's on. Turns, perhaps? Okay, so they did give some information away. So if they have Cinderclasm, one of these. Like the idea of splitting my threats. If they're on Dragonfire, then that's probably Is It Dragons, not the turns deck. So I think the plan, we go Graveyard Trespasser this turn. Their Sweeper's on 5. And then I could play Meat Hook out defensively. So they have Egg, they can't play Egg. Their land's nice. There is a play to just... Oh no, I'm short block. They can't Dragon this turn, so let's do this. If we had another block, I'd do that. So they keep iterating. So I think we need to hold up Grasp, because if they Dragon, let's just play this out. If they don't have Dragon, this plays better. Our mana's a little awkward. I would have liked that turn to just play the 3-1. Probably all runs. Take a turn. Hopefully this isn't just turn, turn, turn. Okay, good start. I think we're doing this. Let's do this. This forces them to answer my board. So I was hoping for one more point of damage, so our board was lethal. We have Creature Land next turn. And like we could have animated, but they have Leer, they can Dragonfire something. They can also play with fire or something, but my activated, like the Meat Hook is what's going to kill them here. So they're like an is it control list? Probably the combo. Got him! So we can take down number 6 Mythic, but can't beat the weenies. Let's give this one more, see how it feels. The meat hooks really showed their worth there. Just reoccurring damage. They had our board pretty controlled. Opponent goes first. Let's try this out. Actually not bad because I can go double spell into Graveyard Trespasser. So we attacked there first on the off chance they decided to block. They didn't. We do need some removal. Meat Hook would be very nice here. Okay, Infernal Grasps is a nice follow-up play. So we got the Trespasser going. This is the mono white version I've been playing. They probably block Graveyard Trespasser. So let's do this. Next turn I can just fire up the Hive. I could also Shade as a 5/3. Not terrible, because if I flip, like if they flip, they get that, which is a lot worse for me. Okay, so we are top decking. Can I have a Meat Hook? Can I have a Meat Hook? You're not the Meat Hook I ordered for Christmas. Playing out a 1/1 here doesn't do too much. Meat Hook. Shade also doesn't do too much. Six, 8. Oh, come on. 7% chance. Give me a Meat Hook. I can't flip it, otherwise I die. We're dead anyways. Gave us a chance. Can I have a meat hook? Jeez. Give me a meat hook. Can't beat weenies today. We see one piece of removal. Might have been right taking out the Krithar there. But we get back a 1-1. Or a 2-1 that's not doing much on that board. So we have champion into whites here. Agadine's being a land. We have removal. Now can this be white aggro? No. This is dragons. I think we do this turn. We really need to hit a land. This puts a nice clock. Can I have a land? Cool. Burn spell there is annoying. We attack anyways, they just block and then they do the shooting down. Couldn't do much there. Another white is fine. Okay, if they're countering that, that's fine. That's no Alrund's Epiphany. If we can just get them low enough, this could sneak in. So this is dragons, since they're on the Faceless Havens. Today we've been just drawing the complete wrong half. Mono white, we never see this in 3 games. We get all the removal this game against a deck that doesn't really care about removal. Now they're going to take turns. Can't draw 4th land. I've done 6 damage to myself. Encounter. As much as I want to play this out, we can't afford. So I'm doing this on their turn. So they have to spend their mana. But notably, we are at 8, well 9, so we can take a couple hits from this Faceless. One more. One more, one more, one more. So frustrating. Even that's very bad. I don't think we want to be on that. The fact it gets blocked, like, too much of this deck's coming in taps. I don't know how they went 5-1. Okay, so this hand, which is very good against like that Is It deck, now we're going to be playing mono white. And they're going to have all the first strikers. Come on. First taste of mono green. Our 3 mana 3/3s don't align well into their 3 mana 4/4s. The upside is fight spells will cause them to discard a card. Come on, opponent. Make up your mind. Do you want to trade your 1/1 for my 2/1? I haven't been able to kick this yet. I think we want Shambling Ghast over the Even Death and play some Deadly Disputes. So I'm going to attack first if they want to block. Sure. They spent 2 cards and a full turn cycle. This is really trouble. So I think our plan... Oh, I can exile my own graveyard, but we probably don't want to do that yet, because we have this Agadeem's in hand. This does give him indestructible. Okay, that's actually pretty good, because now I get to flip. Even Death come down. We hit a land. Just bring back my Death Toucher. So we can make it a 5/5. It's in their graveyard. I think we're fine to do this. They're kind of running out of cards. And then if I can just get this Death Toucher out. So we have Champion of the Perished. I don't want to exile yet because this can bring back some creatures from our yard. Even Death can do that. We're ways away from this, so let's just gain this life. I don't want to flip. That's the thing. And now they flip me back. So I could play no spells. I can do this for 2. Just get the Death Toucher back. Honestly, let's just try to close this out in the air. Because I can just trade in combat with a bunch of things. If they don't play a spell here, then we get the bonus. They will get to draw a card off Pack Leader. I care about this. Probably not. Did they draw inscriptions? Oh my god. That's super frustrating. It screws up my math so much. What do I have in the graveyard? 2 creatures. So they probably trade... So they have to block. The question is, do they trade this Kazandi? Just hold the land, make it seem like we have something. Their creatures enter tapped. That enters tapped. Even Death doesn't do anything. Does it? So one, two, 3. We're 1 short. So that's 5 potentially. 10, trample, 13 that they could come at me with. So that's... $5, $10, $13. Did they draw another inscriptions? Jesus. Okay, so that's 10. It's not lethal. Bolt growth troll. Okay. Double inscription just demolished us. So overall, the deck, it's fine. It's kind of behind the other aggro decks. Like a lot of those matchups against like mono white and stuff, we just drew the wrong half, then drawing first strikers. Trespasser looked good. This kind of sucked. I'd probably just play... what's its name? What's the name? Zombie. Shambling Ghast in its place. The 2/1 doesn't do much to come and tap. This at least accelerates you on mana for your Agadeems, or it just kind of trades in combat, so it gets the blocks a little awkward. Probably go down 2 Shades as well. Maybe try out like a Jadar just to see how it is, but it doesn't do much on its own. That's the thing. Probably some space to explore, but that's where I would be at right now. Maybe play some iTwitch just for some learn shenanigans. But that's the deck. Let me know what you think, and we will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.